let's take the 10 for the West now and discuss the West teams. I think the West, of course, there's West teams like a West Brom. West Brom have been very, very terrible, but we've expected them to be very terrible. But then there's one or two sides who had very high expectations, but they are not living up to those expectations. The most disappointing team. I don't want to start with you, Nigel, because you're going to give us the wrong team anyway. I'm going to start with Wimba.
Okay, well, I mean, of course, there's obvious answers like the clubs at the bottom of the table, like the Fulhams, the West Broms. But if we talk about a team that everyone kind of expects better from, I was picking between two, which is the two obvious ones, but I'm going to go with United because, I don't know, their start's not good. I mean, it's easy to say United usually has bad starts. They never start like great. United never starts up there. Last season, they were struggling till January. So it's normal. But for United, a club that finished third last season, for them to be like, I don't know if they're 14, 15 this season, like, I don't know, I expect better for them. They've had like only 3 wins and like 3 losses, and the rest have been draws, which is, and they've conceded 14 goals in like 8 games, which is, not a very good stat for a club like that.
I feel like Nigel's got a guilty love for Manchester United. I don't think he's going to agree with you.
Like what Wimbai said. I think we can sit here and say Burnley, West Brom, etc. I did expect better from Burnley and Sheffield United, though. I'm not gonna say I didn't expect them to be sitting at the bottom of the log. But with those teams, it can come at any moment. That's the thing, It's because of the quality of the players. But with teams like Manchester United, when you have Pogba sitting on the bench, then you start to think, okay, what's going on? You can't be 14, you can't be winless in however long, And it seems as if it's only the EPL where they're having issues, like major issues. I don't know, and just in terms of just even how they play, do they have a structure when they're playing? They seem to be kind of lost, so that just makes it worse.
Yeah.
If they had a system that you could clearly see they were trying to implement, then probably I would have a different answer. I would have a different answer. But at the moment, they just seem like they're all over the place. Pogba's on the bench. They don't know whether they need Bruno Fernandes and Pogba. It's a mess right now at Manchester United. It's a mess right now. So I think they're probably the worst at the moment.
Why is it I feel like you guys are giving City a pass? I feel like Manchester City is
no. City was the second one, of course.
Yeah, but in certain games they kind of get the one goal and win the match,
Yeah.
So you can kind of just like forget about those games. But in terms of how they're actually playing, we know it's far from the best.
Yeah. And also, like, I feel like with United, the matches they lose, there's a lot of pressure on their manager. Like, every time they lose, you just hear Ole out, Ole out, Ole out. But then with City, no one really puts pressure on Pep because people know what Pep can do, and people know that Pep has standards. So they know that, like, Pep's not going to tolerate, like, sticking to where he is. But whereas Ole, he's struggling, he doesn't know how to structure his team. It just looks like a mess. Whereas Pep, that, like, it doesn't look good right now, but he knows what to do, and he knows like what he needs to do to get back to where he needs to be. So it's not like a train smash for them.
I like the fact that you said where he needs to be. Where does he need to be? When you talk about Manchester City, what are the expectations of a Manchester City, and can they still achieve those expectations by the end of the season?
I mean, when I think of City, I think of top 4 for sure. And I really do think they can achieve it by the end of the. Wait, did you say end of this year?
Yeah, end of the season.
By end of the season. Yeah, end of the season.
Yes.
Oh yeah, 100%. I know that City will come back up there for sure. Maybe not go up to number 1, 2 because there's a lot of competition this season, but they're gonna be back in top 5 for sure and fight for the places up there. So I really don't doubt them. I don't see any pressure with City, and I know the start is a bit bad, but the last few games they've played have been a bit better. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
When I hear okay, when I hear Manchester City, I think number one.
Me too.
I don't think number two. I don't think number three. I think number one. That's where they need to be. If they don't get number one, it's a bad season for Manchester City. One, the quality of players they have. Two, the amount they invest is ridiculous. The quality of the manager. So there's it's number one. They need to be number one. And can they be number one this season? Yeah, I think they'll be number one this season. I think they'll pull out a unbeaten run or whatever you call it, and they'll get back up there. That's what I think.
Okay, I'll have to address my lost brother here and say Manchester City, yes, they're expected to be number one, given the resources and weapons that they have, the money, everything. But I don't think they're going to be number one. Maybe just because Liverpool have got...
I don't think they'll be number one either.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe because of the injuries that Liverpool have got at the moment, they might be lucky, but I don't think it's going to happen. I have to say, if the guys who are making decisions at Manchester City, this has to be Pep Guardiola's final season, because I think he is done. I don't know. I know you guys respect him, but I think he's done. He can't give any more to this City team. They look tired when you watch them play. I think I've only been impressed with one win this season so far. I think that was when they beat Wolverhampton opening day. But the other wins versus Arsenal, they gave Arsenal a couple of chances. Only if Arsenal were a bit clinical, they could have scored that game. Then they beat Sheffield, a poor Sheffield team, 1-0. They haven't been impressive. I think Pep has lost his team. I think it's time to move on, or maybe invest in another 6 or 7 players. But you never know. With City, they've got the money to just go around and buy 6 or 7 players. I don't know what you guys think.
I agree. I feel like also there's a lot of pressure on him from Barcelona, because I've heard that they want Pep back to get Messi to be happy at Barcelona. So I feel like that's also on his mind. So his full focus is not on City at the moment. He's still thinking, okay, I have an alternate option, which is Barcelona.
But do you think it's gonna do well at Barcelona though?
Do well?
Yes.
What do you say? Sorry.
Is it going to do well at Barcelona?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's not going to be his first time there. He's been in Spain before. He's been, he knows the team, he knows the players. So I think it'll be just like going back home for him.
I see. So
I think he'll do well.
I have to concede to you and Nigel and just admit that Manchester United has been the most disappointing. Even though I thought we were going to settle on Manchester City, we have to move on to the most disappointing player now. I think we've lost Nigel. You're the only one. I'll give you the platform to give people the most disappointing player.
So for me, this one, I'm going to give it to Aubameyang, because I really like him as a striker. I think he's one of the top strikers in the Prem. And for him to start like this with only 2 goals is not good. And I know I always give this example, but to say for Kurt Zouma to have more goals than Aubameyang that's not a good stat. And he's only had 1 assist. And for someone who was the second top goal scorer last season with 22 goals, this is not a great start. Yeah, so he hasn't been doing much for me. And he was Player of the Month in September, like in 2019. So I did expect better from him.
You know what? I never thought of Aubameyang. That's a brilliant pick. That's a very impressive pick, because he didn't even come to mind. He didn't even come to mind. But I have to say, you've got some fair points. He's been very, very disappointing. I think I had him in my fantasy league team for about 5 weeks straight. Then I had to drop him because he's been so...
Yeah.
But I was actually thinking of the Manchester United guy, the guy they call the face, the best player in the team, the everything. I think you know who I'm talking about here at the moment.
I think I know.
It's Paul Pogba. This season, I don't know what he has been good at. They call him the playmaker. He's not even creating any chances. You look at his stats, he's creating less chances per game than guys like Thomas Partey, who's playing for an Arsenal team who can't even create chances. When they say, no, don't worry, he's not playmaking, he's playing as a defensive midfielder, his job is to protect and defend, those stats are still poor. People like players like Alan, Thomas Partey, Kante beat him in that area as well. So what is Paul Pogba really good at? I don't understand at the moment. But
exactly.
Yes. But Obama,
And he's causing a lot of fouls for the team, which is not good.
a lot of penalties.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to add something for Pogba.
No, well, you pretty much said it all. Like, he hasn't been great. He's not doing great at all. Like, the one thing that I've seen a lot is how many like penalties he's causing. And like, even on the pitch, I don't know, he just doesn't seem to be there. It's like he's trying very hard, but not doing much, which is, you don't expect that from somebody who is the face of United and costs that much money, Like, it's just, he's not been doing much this season.
And at the time of recording, I think there's a news article that came out last night. I think they played well with France, and they said something like, coming to France is a fresh of breath air. I enjoy playing for France. I enjoy coming here. It's not like when I'm at my club. I don't know what that is supposed to mean for the Manchester United fans when you say something like that.
Yeah, I didn't see this article, but that's a bit... I don't know what to take from that. I feel like that would make sense if it came from a player like Kepa, who's been receiving a lot of blast in England. Then it would make sense for him to go home and breathe. But like with Pogba, people are putting him at such a high level, and I feel like that is like, I remember this quote that says, what does it say? Pressure is a privilege. So if you're that good and people expect better from you, that's actually a privilege. Whereas like if he's taking it as it's a burden, I don't know. I don't know what to take from that, but I think it's a good thing that people expect better from him, because if he was just rated as, oh yeah, he's terrible, then I would rather people expect better from me than,
No, I get that. And even last month, I think that's when he was talking about dreaming of playing for Real Madrid, and Manchester United fans were pissed off and everything. I just don't think that relationship can be fixed anymore, because there's a divide between the Manchester United fans that really love him and protect him whatever he does. Even if he plays bad, then there's a group of Manchester United fans on the other side who just attack him every time, even if he tries to do some good. Okay, no, so that was it for today, guys. It's been a pleasure to have been by here. She's a top athlete she's gonna reach the very top. I think I'll put her Instagram handle in the description of the video. You guys can follow her as well and just get to watch what she's up to. She's on this Zoom call from Spain. Am I right?
Oh, I left Spain, but I was.
You went to Spain a few weeks ago. All right, so guys, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share with a lot of people. The audio podcast, I think the audio file is the one that's going to be out first on all the audio platforms. We've got Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Overcast, Anchor, all that other stuff. Then we're gonna upload on YouTube as well, so that you can see a face. If you've listened from the audio already, then you can get to see it. So goodbye. This has been the show this week. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for watching TK Sports. For more awesome content from this channel, please subscribe. And also engage with us on our social media platforms down in the description below.